Hi, everyone. Happy Sunday. Super excited to be sharing another template with you. So I finished the seasonal planner, which was totally unplanned. I was just going to I did some tutorials for the YouTube channel for an undated planner. And then after I made it, it just looked kind of sad. Like having undated planners, I've always been very I don't know what's the word, disappointed whenever I get an undated planner, right? Like it seems like it's a great idea. I can put it in and then I'll buy stickers, right? For like the 1, 2, 3, 4 to put all the like numbers in. And then I start writing and then, inevitably after writing 1 through 30, 10 times, 11 times, your hand starts to cramp up and gets kind of tired because you're like, if you're like me, you're like, I want to plan out the whole year in advance. Anyways, so as I was making the undated planner, I was like, you know what? This is just not that pretty. Let me add in some other stuff. So I changed it into an undated seasonal planner. So it's like 2 planner ideas mashed into one. So I really hope you like it. I am going to I'm going to share my whole screen because I think that'll just be easier than me like clicking around to different tabs. Entire screen. Okay. So you see a weird picture thing happening. Let me make myself smaller over here. All right, so how do you get to this planner? So if you go to the Pretty Fabulous Designs website, which yes, I am still in the process of updating, but if you go to the website, up here, if you click shop, you're gonna see new planner pop-up shop kit, undated seasonal planner. If you click on here, you're gonna be able to see everything that is inside of there. So I'm gonna walk you through this sales page really quick. And just like I used to back in the old days, I know it's been a while since I released a pop-up shop planner. This is on sale. So it's on sale today till probably tomorrow night. I haven't really decided when to end the sale because it is a Sunday and I only sent one email out. But this planner is $267, the whole kit. You can get it for just $47 if you use the code early47 because it's early and I haven't uploaded everything. So probably when I drop the next bonus, which will be a card deck, hopefully I'll get that done by tomorrow. If not, definitely on Tuesday. So that's probably the last day that this will be on sale. So let's go through what is the seasonal planner. So this seasonal planner is like chopped up into 4 sections for all 4 seasons for summer, spring, fall, winter. And so it has different sections and then the 3 months inside of each section. So it's kind of like, I don't want to say quarterly planner. I'm not a big fan of quarterly planners, but you're going to get the whole planner as a PDF. You could just sell it as is. You don't have to make any changes. It doesn't say Pretty Fabulous on it. It just says it's called the Fabulous Seasonal Planner, but it's not Pretty Fabulous like branded. You could add your own branding. You can change the colors, the fonts, the text, anything you want, just like at all of my other templates. You're going to get 2 InDesign files. So you're going to get the regular .indd file. You're also going to get the IDML file. So I know a lot of people use Affinity Pro, which has a competitor version of Adobe InDesign. The nice part about Affinity Pro is you pay a one-time fee. I totally understand. So you can if you use the older format, which is the .idml file, that file will be able to be opened inside Affinity Pro and you can edit it there. Now, don't forget, and I forgot to mention this here because it's so new, this sales page template is old. You will get the Canva version. It's included. You're actually going to get 2 Canva templates. Don't worry, I will show those to you. So over here is 12A seasonal planner with what I call SVG layouts. Don't worry, I'm going to do a tutorial on how to, if you make Canva templates, I will show you how to make SVG templates on your own. But basically, it's the very exact same planner in Canva that you see inside of Adobe InDesign. It's the same exact one for both versions of these planners. The only difference is when you get down here to these weekly like boxes, you'll notice because this is an SVG image, like this particular box, it will have different colors up here. So if I want to change this color to purple, everything changes to purple all at once. If I want to change this box, any of these other colors over here, this light blue, if I want to change it to pink, it changes everything to pink all at once. And same thing over here, this last box down here is like a light blue, I can change it to a light green, and it changes it all at once. Now, the difference is in the other file, because I've given you two files because I know everyone likes to edit things differently in Canva. The other file, once we get down to these undated weekly layouts, and don't worry, I'll show you how this whole planner is set up. Over here, it's a little different. So this is not, as you can see, an SVG. So if you are someone who does not like SVGs, don't want that concept, you don't have them, you could just go over here, ungroup all of these, and then you can change these all individually instead of having to worry about changing them all at once, like they have in the SVG files. So that's the only difference between these two Canva files. And again, it's really just on the weeklies and how those are updated. And the same thing on the monthlies. So if you're monthly, you were like, I just don't like where this is. All of these are individual, just sort of lines that you can kind of move around, versus in the SVG file, the monthlies are just one big, they're just one big image like this. So that is probably the biggest difference. The SVG file is, in essence, a little bit easier to edit, but at the same time, maybe not as edit friendly if you have specific things that you're trying to do on that page. So that's what I'll say about the Canva file. So let's get back to our sales page. So over here, don't worry, I'll update. You get the editable InDesign files and the two Canva files. You'll get all the font information. You're also going to get a JPEG of everything. So now in the old days, I used to, before I did Canva templates, I made everything in JPEGs. And then I would say, if you have Canva, if you want to load it to Canva, you can do it page by page. Obviously, that would be crazy. No one really ever did that. But I do think the JPEGs are really great for actually creating mockups. So if you want to create mockups, or you want to create a GIF, or you just want to put a teaser together of a few pages of your planner, I think the GIFs, the JPEGs are always a great idea. So there's 113 pages in this planner. It is a very large planner. You're going to get your regular graphics pack. There are over 14 different graphics inside of there to help promote it. You have your Facebook covers, Twitter, Pinterest. What else do you do? Instagram. I think that's it. I did not make a TikTok because that's like a video. So that's probably the only format that's missing. You're going to get the logos that you can edit on your own in Photoshop, and I will show you how to do that. And you're going to get the mood board. Something, I think people like mood boards. They just they're just pretty, and they just help you to advertise your product and market it. You have 3 different logos inside of here to choose from. So you have the standard icon, circular, and then you just have the regular just text over here. And you can fill the text with flowers as well, like I did. Here are all your social media graphics. If you want to kind of look at those really quickly, I made a GIF. And if you wanted to know how to make a GIF for your own sales page, I did have a video this week. I gave 2 tutorials, one on how to create a GIF inside of Photoshop, which is really the standard way that I do it. But as you know, since I've moved into also being a Canva designer, it's actually pretty easy in Canva. So I did a tutorial on how to make it in Photoshop versus how to make it in Canva. Either one. I don't even know. I know I'm not really certain which ones are paid versus unpaid features of Canva. I think it was okay to do it in the free version, but anyway, so that's, those are the social media graphics. You get all your regular bonuses. So you get the Etsy launch checklist, which is probably due for a refresh. You're going to get the 50 blog post ideas to help you get some social media SEO on your website to promote your planner. You're going to get the Etsy SEO mastery and planner keyword optimization. Now that for sure is, I don't want to say going away, but that for sure, Google Analytics down here. I think there's bonus number 4 is how to set up an Etsy shop. That still works, how to put a listing up. But bonus number 5, connecting Google Analytics to Etsy. If you haven't noticed, Google Analytics has upgraded to Google Analytics 4. Now, the way this tutorial works is it's just showing you how to hook up Google, like the current version, with a tracking ID over to Etsy. I know this is really technical, but tracking IDs are going away after, I think, July 28th is when Google said it. Now, Google always changes their mind and changes dates. So we think that's when it's going away. And here's the kicker. Etsy has announced that they do not have anything in place. and there's no mention if they will have plans to do it or if they are going to or they just don't care, there's no way to hook up the new Google Universal Analytics, which does not have a tracking ID, that's Google Analytics 4, with Etsy. So basically, after July 28th, I don't know if you're going to be able to get any Google Analytics from your Etsy shop because of Etsy. Etsy has chosen not to make it native to the platform. Now, that doesn't mean that it can't be done, but I just want to make you aware of that. Like, go ahead and set it up now. After July, we'll see what happens. It's possible a third-party plugin or workaround will show up for people who still want that data for their Etsy shop. Or it's possible Etsy will change their mind and finally get on board and create an analytics. I mean, they're a huge company. I don't know why they wouldn't, but just putting that out there, that bonus is definitely probably going away after July 28th, because it wouldn't be fair to advertise this as a bonus when clearly Etsy can't accommodate that. But if you have something in there, just leave it as is. We also don't know if, like, sometimes Google just lets things work on legacy even after the fact. So again, not really certain. I will have more answers for you in August. Okay, bonus number 6, you're going to get customer service swipe files on just how to respond to people when they ask questions, how do they download their planner, all that good stuff. And bonus number 7 is an activity card deck. Now, I didn't have enough time to finish building this out. That's why I said this sale will end probably Tuesday when I come out with the card deck. And then once I come out with the card deck, then I will actually put down the sale, because that'll be the last piece that's missing from this planner. But for each of the seasons, it's a really fun card deck. It has like 10 cards for each season: fall, spring, summer, winter, activities to do, and then just 10 activities overall to round out and make this 50 cards. So card deck templates, if you've never gotten one, I think I released one with the mental health one, but they work like this. The card decks are delivered in 2 sizes. One is an 8.5 by 11, so you could just release the card decks as a PDF, so just a printable for your shop. The second release is in my favorite size, I don't remember the dimensions offhand, of the size of card deck that I think is the most popular, and also a file that you can send to a printer, as well as I have my favorite printers listed in there. The card deck has already been sized for that printer if you want to ship them out and have them printed. So that is another option as well. So you're going to get 2 different sizes, one of it just as is, and the second one that is a one you can sell to the, or send to the printer. Now, this is the first time ever. The other one is only in InDesign. This one will be in InDesign and in Canva. So same thing, if you're a Canva person, don't worry, this actual bonus will be inside of Canva. So you can go ahead and make edits to that card deck as you want. And again, that'll come out Tuesday. Bonus number 8 is you get a bunch of different covers. There's so many seasons, so I didn't know what kind of like look and feel you wanted for your planner. And you could change the cover too based on the season or the time of year of things going on. So you're going to get all of those covers to choose from. And you also get all of these mock-ups, and you get all the cover options as Instagram posts of 1080 if you wanted to just go ahead and create a carousel or something like that inside of your Canva social media account. So if you want to look inside, you are able. So on all the pop-up shop planners, you should have this little tour. And if you've never seen this, it's actually really useful. I use Issue. Issue allows you to put in a PDF of anything, and then people can kind of preview it to see what's going on. So we're going to preview it here. I'm going to show you exactly what it is. So this is the cover that you can change. Inside of here is just your table of contents. First, we go through winter, because winter, in theory, I've called that January, February, March. So it has like a nice little magazine kind of layout, things to do, things that kind of happen then, ice skating. And then we have a checklist for winter on how to renew, how to refresh, how to reduce your footprint, and also ways to celebrate winter. And then over here we have January. So this is your first undated monthly layout. And again, if you wanted to create these on your own from scratch, I did have a tutorial on my channel on how to create a monthly layout inside of Adobe InDesign. And again, over on the right, usually people put like a space to put notes, but honestly, I feel like that kind of just makes it not as pretty. You can definitely add a note section, but what I've done is I've just put in a photo to kind of like make it spruce it up. And also once the weekly, so each monthly 2-page spread is followed by a 1-pager weekly planner. So the weekly, you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday here, Thursday, Friday, and the weekend. Now the weekend you'll notice is a different color just to offset it from there. And again, there's two tutorials on my channel, one how to recreate this in Adobe InDesign and another one on how to recreate this in Canva. Now this one, every single month for the weeklies starts out with just a picture and some suggestions or a recipe or something else. And that's just, again, I've always found undated planners just to be really boring. So trying to spruce it up, it is technically an undated planner, but at least this time you have some things to go through. It should feel a little bit more like a magazine layout. And then we have some weeks of undated weekly planner stuff. We have February. Again, I added a picture. You can swap these in on Canva or on InDesign with whatever photo you want. And then we have another weekly with a different sort of layout here to kind of kick it off. And then we go right into March, and then same thing. So I think you're getting a sense. It kind of does a rinse and repeat for every single month. Spring. So now we go to the next 3 months. And so to break it up, you have spring and some ideas. And again, you can change these photos, you can change all the words, you can change everything on here to fit with whatever you feel like talking about for your magazine. Or if you're like, I don't have time to write this, it kind of looks like a novel, you can just leave it as is and it's good to go. It has recipes in there, and it has nothing in here that you would have to actually like double check. Everything is proofread, everything is in theory perfect. And then we go into a checklist for spring, and then we drop into April. You got another one pager, you got your April weeklies, and then we have May, and then we have your May weeklies, we have June, and then we have your June, and then we go into summer. So now I'm not sure if you noticed this, each season has its own color. So this season was green, as you can see here. And then if I jump over here, winter was blue. And now over here, we're back at summer, and summer's theme is yellow. So each of these sections are also color coded as well. So again, summer checklist, you get your different months inside of there. And you got August, July, August, and September. And then finally, we get to fall, and fall's color is orange. And so then we get, obviously pumpkins are fall. We get a lot of stuff for the checklists, and then we go right into October, and then November and December, and so on. So hopefully this was everything you were hoping for and more from an undated planner. And again, I have it broken up with seasons, and I have it broken up with these little one pagers just to make it a little bit more interesting, and also to make it not so painful to look at a undated planner, which is what I always find undated planners to be, very painful. Anyways, if you are thinking, I just want an undated planner, Lisa, I don't want all of this junk, you can just strip these out and you don't have to worry about having any of that. So let me show you really quickly how to update this in Adobe InDesign. So over here, and let me make this bigger. Hopefully you can see everything. I like to do view over print preview just so I don't see those boxes. I just find them really distracting. But you're going to see parent pages at the top and then actual pages down here at the bottom. Now, if you can't see this, make sure you go to window and make sure there's a check mark in front of pages. So all of this is editable. So over here, I can say this year is going to be fabulous. I can say this is the best season, I don't know, of all. If you want to split this up into 4 mini undated planners like spring, winter, summer, and fall, you could do that. And then instead of saying the fabulous season planner, you could say the spring seasonal planner, or whatever you want to do. And you can change the color. So whenever you have something selected over here at the top, and if you don't see this menu, this like workspace in Adobe InDesign, because that does happen, just go to window, go to workspace, and make sure you have a check mark in front of typography. So over here, you're going to click this little box, and the red slash just means there's no color. So there's no background color on this. But the text color is main brand pink. You'll see spring is in here. You'll see summer, winter, and fall. There's some other colors in here. There's a purple. You always get your default blue, your pink, your yellow. These come standard with Adobe InDesign when you open them. So you could say, you know what, I really just want something blue. Same thing with these photos. Anytime you want to update a photo, so you can just kind of move this around. I could just go ahead and to replace photos, I could simply go to File Place, wherever that photo, once I have that selected over here with that main selection tool, and I could just replace that with an image. So I could do File Place, and I could replace this with, let's find, do I have images somewhere? Links, there we go. I could replace this with another image. So let's say, usually you want a tall image. What did I say? Did I say this was, I said this was spring. So we want maybe like a springish photo. And I could choose this one. There we go. That looks like very much like a gardening plant photo, but you could use this instead. So that's how you replace any images inside of here. Same thing if you want to replace these images down here, you just select them, do File Place, and select your new option, and it will keep it within those bounding boxes. Now, what you could do if you're not that familiar with images inside of InDesign, you can always make this smaller, this bounding box smaller. And you could go ahead, I could make this like a 4-blocker kind of cover. So let me go down a little. And I could pull this up over here. And then I could place new things on top of here. So like I could do File, Place, and I could just pick a totally different photo. Maybe I like this one. And now I have what's called a loaded cursor. And maybe I just want to make this photo over here part of the below area. Now, I can't really see all the photos, so what I can do is I can hit that little circle there in the middle, and then I can just move that photo inside of that bounding box. So you can do the same thing inside of Canva. I know it's just a little bit of a different mechanism. And then let's add something over here to the top left. We could add this looks very like spring weathery. And you could, again, just drop it here. So I just want it over here, but I don't want to take up all this space. So I can just move this bounding box over. And now it's in the center. Is it the center? It's almost in the center. And I obviously don't want it in top. So I can go ahead and arrange this, send to back, and there we go. And if I don't want that picture right there, I can go ahead, look for that circle. And sometimes you can't find the circle if it's a little off center. So you can just hit this direct selection tool. And then that you'll see the lines change to red. And then you can kind of move this around to a different spot. So maybe we want to see, whoops, say we want to see that butterfly. So we can move it over this way and then a little up. And we're good to go. So very easy to change things inside of InDesign. I know it seems a little intimidating if you don't use it every day, especially if you're a Canva user, but just wanted to show you it's just as easy as Canva. All right, so you can change any of these photos. I think you're pretty good with that. Now you'll notice if you try to update the wording at the top where it says seasonal planner, you won't be able to, and that's because this is what's called a parent page. So all of these pages over here, it says B winter applied. And then if I go down here, it says 1A weekly right winter applied. So if you head up here to B winter, if I double click that, you're going to see that this is simply a border. So you can think of this as like a header footer when you see this inside of Microsoft Word. So if I change this, so instead of saying winter mood boosters, I could say winter is the best season ever. And then over here, I could call this the winter planner if I wanted to. So now if I go down to any of the pages inside of winter and I double click inside anything that has B winter applied, I'm going to see it says winter is the best season ever. And it says winter planner. And I can go to the next page and it says winter is the best season ever, winter planner. And I don't have to keep rewriting that because I just did it in the parent page and I'm good to go. So any of these pages down here, if you're wanting to change certain elements and you can't, and you click on them and nothing happens, it's usually because it's inside of the parent pages. Now, the second thing you could do, just in case, I don't think I locked anything, is you could always go over here to the top to object and make sure that nothing is locked. You'll see unlock all on spread, but since nothing is locked, that's not an option. All right, I hope that was useful for you to go ahead, get in there, start editing all of this however you want, whether it's the actual page or if it is one of the parent pages that you see up here where you need to change things. So you could change this to, I don't even know what else you would call Monday. Maybe you just don't want it to be all caps. So you could make it lowercase, or maybe you want a different type of font. So maybe instead of Gotham, you really like Babus New. That's hard to see now, so maybe you need to make it a little bigger. Maybe you want to space it out more. So I made that too big. And maybe you want to space it out more so the letters are spaced. And I made that too big. So be careful you make these too big. Oh, that was the spacing, that's why. And this will space this out. There we go. 400 is a better one. So again, oops, you can go ahead and make any changes you want, and then that will show up on every single page without you having to worry about changing every single page within each of those undated weekly spreads. So let me know if you have any questions on Adobe InDesign as you're going through to update these. But otherwise, and I think I showed you this over in Canva, I think a lot of people just love Canva. You can update this. You can just click and things just happen for you in Canva. I don't know if that's the right word. But we could make this a text, and then we can change the color over here. I mean, I get it. Canva just seems a little bit more intuitive without having to learn all those tools. I just double click stuff and I just change it because I want to on the fly. In fact, if I wanted to, I could make this in French. Vendredi. I don't even know if that's right. I think that's Friday. My French is clearly just not up to snuff lately. But we can change this to purple or whatever colors you want. So hopefully this was super helpful for you. I did promise you I would show you how to edit the logos in Photoshop because you got both of those. So inside of Photoshop, here's one of the logos. You're going to have to use the layers panel inside of Photoshop. So if you don't see that, just go to Window, make sure there's a check mark in front of layers. Now, when there's a check mark in front of layers, any layer that you want to edit, you're going to have to make sure you select it. And I don't know if you know this, but was it yesterday or maybe it was Friday or Thursday? It was very recently. Canva came out with Canva Create. They made some updates to Canva, and they actually have layers now inside of Canva, which is something they never had. It was always like a concept that was just for Adobe Photoshop or InDesign or whatever products used in Adobe. So hopefully as you get used to using layers in Canva, you'll feel more comfortable using layers in Photoshop as well. But this little eye, if you see this right here, if I just undo this little eye, then I just won't see it. It's still part of my design, which is nice because I might want to use it later. I want to try to swap different things out, but this way I can easily kind of hide it without deleting it. Now, this is pink. So it says right here, icon color. If I double click this, I can change this to any color I want. So I can make this red. I can move over here. I can make it blue. I can make it green, yellow, purple, hot pink, whatever teal, whatever color I want. And then if I wanted to, I could go ahead and make everything else match it. So this says text at the top right here, and this says text at the bottom. So I could select both of these and, well, maybe I think one at a time. I could select one of these. I could change the color over here. And all I have to do is I'll have that eyedropper tool and I'll just drop it on to that icon there. Same thing with text at the bottom. Hit that color icon, add the eyedropper tool over there, and same thing with those dots over there. Now you can see that those dots are pink. I can use that eyedrop tool, and same thing on the left. And it's pretty easy. All you do is double click on it, just like you could do in Canva, and it will bring up that color palette. So very easy to change this out. Now, when you save this out, it will save it as a big JPEG with all that white stuff behind it. If you don't want that and you want a transparent background, over here where it says color fill, just hit that eye, and now it's transparent. And then when you go to File, go to Export. Oops, File, Export. You could say Quick Export as PNG, and then it will make sure that this is a transparent image wherever you put it. So we will just call circle icon transparent. And then when I open up this icon, it will be my downloads. Oh, put it in my other window. It's transparent. It has like a gray background in preview whenever you show that, but that's all you have to do to update these. Now, if you wanted to change the words, same thing. All you have to do is go to any of these words, make sure the type tool is selected, just put your cursor inside of there. It will start blinking. And instead of calling this the Fabulous Planner, you could call this the Wonderful Winter Planner. How's that? Or whatever you want. Same thing as the fonts over here. I could change this to Avenir. I could change this to Allegra. And I could make this smaller or I could make it bigger. So I can make this 16. Usually though, I like to leave it big enough so it covers up that whole circle since it's part of the logo. So, all right, I think I've made it through everything. No one's asked me anything. Okay, so over here, when you head over to purchase this, really important, when you hit to buy this, two things. One, it will automatically take off $220. So you only have to pay $47. Remember, it's on sale for the next couple days only until I release that matching card deck. So it's going to be $47. And over here, if you opt in to get the matching digital planner, you'll only get that. You'll only have to pay 50%. Now, keep in mind, if you don't want to pay any of this and you still want to get both of these planners, the card deck, all the bonuses, all you have to do is join Planner Pixies. So Planner Pixies is the unlimited downloads membership. It has absolutely everything inside of there. All of the templates I've ever made since the beginning of time, as well as all the bonuses that were given for everything. And you're going to get all of that. Plus we have quarterly do we have quarterly meetings? No, we have monthly meetings. We have a member forum. We have monthly challenges. The challenge for this month is going to be AI. That's going to kick off this week as well. You get one-on-one Voxer support from me every month. There's secret YouTube playlists. You get a motivational newsletter every single Sunday, which I call Monday Eve. So lots of reasons to go ahead and just join the membership if you're thinking about getting this template. All right, remember how to buy this template. One, you can just join Planner Pixies and it's free. It's included in the membership. Or you can head over to my website, prettyfabulousdesigns.com, and then make sure to click shop. And then it's the very first template right up here, the new planner, pop-up shop, undated seasonal planner. All right, I hope everyone is having a wonderful and fabulous time and day, and hopefully you're making the most of your Sunday, and I will see all of you, if not tomorrow, definitely on Tuesday. As soon as I get that card deck done, I'll show you how to edit it and how to get it printed. All right, bye everyone.